Hey everybody, as you can see this is a new location for filming, and I'm just going to use this video as not only a standalone video but also as a way to reintroduce my channel. So I'm just going to talk a bit about a topic that's of great interest to me and I think can help out a lot of people who are experiencing pain. And this is going to lead into future topics for the channel. But essentially what I want to talk about today is how people tend to view movement as it relates to getting over physical injuries. So what's been my experience with talking to clients of mine and just going on social media, which I know is not the greatest view of how I should judge things, but there seems to be an overwhelming amount of people that tend to view movement as being lower on the list of things to do to get out of pain. Most people actually view movement as something to be done once you start feeling better to prevent further injury, when that's not really the case. Movement should be used as a way to have less pain, not as a way to prevent future pain. It can do both, but when you're currently in pain, it's something that we should be doing immediately. We should be moving more than we're resting. Now there are certain, this isn't medical advice, and there are certain individuals and certain pathologies that would indicate less movement is better in the short term. Don't get me wrong about that. But in the vast amount of just aches and pains that we get, movement is usually the cure, not something to be done once we start feeling better. So there are certain passive modalities like massage, chiropractic appointments, acupuncture, TENS, ultrasound, heat, cold, like any sort of cryotherapy like that. Those are all fine. It's just we should also be prioritizing movement. And movement has some additional benefits that of those other passive modalities that I've mentioned don't. And that's coming from a registered massage therapist. So I'm going to talk a bit more about this in a sec. I'm just going to try out a different layout of the usual videos that I've been doing. So I'm going to talk over some training footage that I took. But hope you enjoy. So building off of what we just talked about and what we can do to move and reduce pain, what I find is that when many people are in pain, they try to opt for the route of low-grade exercise. So these are exercises that don't particularly challenge you. It's more so just something that you can do to build up a bit of a sweat with no particular purpose. So these can be good for someone who's in such extreme pain that getting out of bed in the morning or putting on their pants is excruciating. But for the rest of us with like low to moderate aches and pains, we need to kind of challenge ourselves to get better. Now, when I say that, some people will go wrong in thinking that challenge is synonymous with pain. It is not. So that's where some people start to go wrong. What we need to do is try and engage the area that hurts, but in non-threatening ways, and then turn that into a training regimen. This will desensitize that particularly painful area. And we can do this in any number of ways. So we can do an isometric contraction. So these are exercises kind of like a plank where you hold them for long periods of time, not necessarily through a range of motion. We can change the tempo, whether we need to slow it down or speed it up. We can change the angles of the same movement that you want to do. So if we take an example such as dumbbell flies, instead of keeping your arms at your side and raising them up to 90 degrees, maybe keep them in front of your body a little bit or behind your body a little bit. Just any small changes in the angle. We can also change the range of motion, so we can reduce it, increase it, or even split it up. And we can also change up the rep and weight scheme. So if high weight and low reps tend to aggravate things, maybe switch to lower weight and higher reps, or vice versa. The key, though, is to just get out of your comfort zone. Not to a degree where it becomes painful, but to a degree where you feel like you're having a bit of a workout through that area. We want fatigue, not pain. So the thing about this is the body doesn't change if we don't force it to change. So if your normal state is a painful one, you're going to have to start building some new habits, and viewing pain as a challenge to overcome and not looking at it through a catastrophic lens is a fantastic place to start. Anyways guys, thanks for listening, and I hope you like this new style of video, and I'll see you in the next one.